So, you tired yet? Where's the punk kid from Canada with the orange pants? Get a job. While you can. Your dad's here with you, ship him out, man. Tony Candelo, jeez. Harry Funk, good. That's 4 weeks ago, he asked me to pray, and then he hit me in the head with a microphone. Hello. Hi, buddy. How you doing, Jerry? They gave me notes. I'll bring them out like I'm reading them. This big man knows better than give me notes. I never follow. Hi, how are you? There's the orange pants. Get a job. Rick Gartel. I love you so much. Holy cow. It's like an insurance policy. We got in a car accident in the first Mount St. Helens eruption. And crashed into 3 other vehicles. And I jumped out of the car, and Rick was saving lives. I was saving lives too, my own. Got out of there. God's true story. We ended up in an 18-wheeler and got to the town that night, and Dutch Savage gave us trouble for being late. You know. We did. Can't remember why I'm here now. Oh, Sergeant Slaughter! Yeah. Holy cow, I'm really honored to be here.
Gold.
True. Cauliflower Rowdy Club. I want to get the stats right here. That, this award, the Mike Mazurki Award, this is only the 20th time out of 46 years that it's been given away. And I needed to ask about it. I didn't know things about it. And first of all, I want to recognize Kelly. Where's Kelly? Sergeant's daughter, it's her birthday today. Oh, so cool. And her friend Olivia, James and Bruce, compadres of Sergeant Slaughter, who's my brother. You're all my brothers, actually. Yeah. I don't know who the hell you are, but the rest of them are my brothers. All right. There's so much I can talk about, like Jerry Briscoe. I'll get to you, Sarge. I'm kind of your way there. You know, like we had tickets for the Willie Nelson concert, and it was cool. And we were in Lynchburg, and Jack and Jerry, and I think Brian, you might have been with us. Brian Blair, and I was driving, and I missed Charlotte. We got on early, but I missed Charlotte where Willie was, and wound up in South Carolina. Notes. We got in there as Willie was leaving, didn't we? I made great time, though. Nobody could have gone from Lynchburg to Columbia, South Carolina, back to Charlotte in that kind of time. Diesel Cadillac. Hello, George. How are you, bud? Share a room with George. I should get into this, huh, Sarge? They're tired, I know. I don't care. I got notes. Notes! I got notes. I'll be here for a week. So, this award here, I asked Cauliflower, who's doing a great job, the president of the Cauliflower Rowdy Club. Holy cow. Great job. And, great people. What exactly were you getting Mike Mazurki Award for, Sarge? I didn't really understand why you. Because I know you. What is this award for? You know, one time, you remember Lord Alfred Hayes? Anybody remember Lord Alfred Hayes? Wow. Like one of my dads, was a beautiful man. He had diabetes and got his legs, had to get his legs removed. And Sarge called him and asked him if we could use him for second base. So I wondered why you were getting this award. True story, man. Lord Alfred Hayes loved it. Robert! My kids refer to, and I will from here on, Sergeant Slaughter as Uncle Bob. Because Kelly, when my daughter, my oldest daughter was like 3 years old, Kelly was maybe 5 or 6, and my daughter was crying, and so she thought that being a good mummy to be, that she would pull her out of her crib, and she carried her to us in our amazement. ever since then, my kids call Sergeant Slaughter Uncle Bob. And I call him Uncle Bob all the time now, too, because he's that kind of guy. So what are you getting this for, Uncle Bob? I don't know yet. This is where the notes go away and the improv comes in. Okay, number one, it says that it's got to be a guy that is immediately recognizable. He's got a camouflage limousine. You've seen the jaw on the guy. Matter of fact, the people that painted his limousine camouflage were the Marines at Paris Island. And when they painted it, we found out that the police couldn't get radar on it because it bounced off the camouflage. So I drove. We would have picked Willie Nelson up, man, on that one. We needed camouflage, recognizable, you're recognized. Successful in more than one profession. He's the first human being to ever be a G.I. Joe doll. Hot dog, man. Yeah. Benevolent. Last time I saw myself on TMZ, I was charged with 3 cases of benevolence. I didn't know what it was, Uncle Bob. So are you benevolent? Okay, don't get it. It means this. That's where the notes come in. It means, where the hell did you put them on the notes? What does benevolent mean? Ladies and gentlemen, that you are respected in your profession. And more than that, that you give back is what I understand this award's for, and that's what Mike Masucci stood for. So I had to think about it a little bit. You know, the first time I met Uncle Bob, I was staying at a fine hotel, the Days Inn on Tuckasegee Road in Charlotte, North Carolina. Baby. And I was up on the second floor, there's a little bit of a ruckus, and I was throwing people down the stairs. I couldn't hear them falling. And you see, Rick Martel, it's his fault. Because Rick Martel told Uncle Bob to come and see me when he got to Charlotte. I was shorting this up. And he come to see me, but I was throwing people down the stairs, but I couldn't hear the bump, and he was catching them, trying to help me. So I said, hey, how you doing, Sarge? I heard a lot about you. I'll be right with you. I had a yellow canary, a Lincoln Mark IV at that time, and, you know, Charlie Fulton. Got in the car, I was going to show him the way, and he got in the seat, went all the way down, because Abdullah the Butcher was there the night before, and messed up my seat, so I got a spare tire up the back, and put it up to the seat so you could be comfy. It's a long route. But I got a blowout on the way there. And the reason I could use the spare tire, because that one blew out the night before with Abdullah, so I had no tires. It's his first day in the territory. So we pulled over. Because it's hard to ride on no tires. That's why we pulled over. Looked at me and oh, there. Wasn't that hard to figure out. No tires. Odie Anderson came behind the booker and Charlie Fulton got out and they left us there to rot. But I had a can of Fix-A-Flat. We got there before Odie and Charlie Fulton, who finally said to us, get a nap. Yeah, well, I did. I love you. I do. Finally, when Sergeant Slaughter quit slumming and hanging out with me, he went to New York City and became the heavyweight champion of the world in New York City. And, oh man, yeah, loosen up. So like, what is he giving back? You know, at a time, I was there, at a time when our country, America, was in trouble. There was 444 hostages over in Iran. And Sergeant Slaughter was wrestling the Iron Sheik in Madison Square Garden. I I was there. Holy cow. He beat the Iron Sheik in Madison Square Garden. And then he had the entire 24,000 people, which in Madison Square Garden is just 24,000 Puerto Ricans with knives. Stand up, including the illegal ones, and do the Pledge of Allegiance. Holy cow! I almost know it now. It's that powerful. 5 United States minutes. What we didn't know was President Nixon was watching the match during a cabinet meeting, and when Uncle Bob made them, all those folks in Madison Square Garden do the Pledge of Allegiance, President Nixon had his whole cabinet get up and do the Pledge of Allegiance with Sergeant Slaughter. Holy cow! Uncle Bob, Sergeant Slaughter, Uncle Bob, he's met 6 presidents of the United States of America. 6. Carter, Bush, Ford, Nixon, Reagan, Clinton. I ain't never met no presidents. Got a couple of queens. Canada. I wanted really hard not to get too sappy because I love this guy, unbelievable. He saved my life. My 3rd successful stabbing in Rowdy, North Carolina. Sergeant Slaughter is the one who comes and puts his hand over the blood and holds the blood in. And Sergeant Slaughter is the one that follows to the hospital in the camouflage limousine. Sergeant Slaughter is the one who takes me home. How much is he giving back? And Sergeant Slaughter is the reason that I got a break in Madison Square Garden. For him, always talking behind the lines for me. Sergeant Slaughter. If you ask Sergeant Slaughter for a cancer hospital, he's never busy. He's there. Children's Hospital, vet hospital, he's there. I don't know how he does that. I've had cancer and I'm busy. I don't know. I don't know that. I just know that you're one hell of a man. And I know that myself, I always hold the top. Yeah, and I know myself. I always look to you for guidance. I still do. He just grabbed me by the ear last WrestleMania and made me go talk to Vince, you know. That's your problem, Mara. I got many, but you're not one of them. You're not one of them. You're one of the few, you know, every time I do the litmus test for me, every time I hear his name, Sergeant Slaughter, I get that tingling in me. And I want to see him. And I'm always sad when I leave. My children call you Uncle Bob. They don't know yet. You know, they call you Uncle Bob because we broke bread and that they love you. If my children love you, to hell with everybody else. That's the litmus test. You know, that pure spirit kind of thing. And you never stop being special, Uncle Bob. And I love you with all my heart. And I'm proud as punch to come up here. Now there's a guy there, Judo G. LaBelle, out in the audience, who's like my dad. Who's like my dad. And I was trying to think what I could do to make this special, and maybe it's just for me, but Judo G. LaBelle was a strange one in himself. Washed his gi with red towels, came out pink, he still hasn't changed it to this day. I don't know. He gave me this silver ear. Sharp. And I love this silver ear so much. But I want to give it to you along with the Mike Mazurki Award. Would you come on up here, Uncle Bob? Ladies and gentlemen.